Hello, my name is Brandon Montoya, and this is my presentation for my current events assignment. My topic was drone delivery of packages. Right, for the introduction, drones provide advancement for delivery. In recent years, drones have evolved from military and recreational tools into innovation systems for package and delivery goods. Then we have drone delivery services impact. Drone delivery services aim to make transportation faster and more efficient than ever, particularly in the last mile stage of logistics and in emergency or remote area deliveries. As well, we have companies that use these drone services. So we have companies such as Zipline and Amazon that use these drones for deliveries and are leading the development of drone networks whenever they can. So next we have societal issues. So first, access and equity. So drone networks can dramatically improve access to essential goods, most notably medical supplies in the hard to reach areas. And independent evaluations show measurable improvements in availability and health system performance where operators such as Zipline work. Next is regulation and airspace management. So scaling beyond pilot projects require new rules for beyond visual line of sight, or BVLOS for short. Low altitude traffic management and liability frameworks for the regulatory uncertainty is a major barrier for the wide consumer rollout. And then we have the community acceptance. So low altitude flights raise privacy concerns because of the cameras and the tracking and the noise and nuisance that it could affect the acceptance that the public has for the delivery drones. And consumer survey shows interest, but with all the caveats about safety and the cost and the noise, it can be a real nuisance. So next we have the pros and cons. So first we'll go over the pros, and the first pro we have is speed. So because using drones for delivery will make the deliveries much faster for small and urgent items, such as like a more like medical stuff such as blood, vaccines, or like spare parts, and then it will demonstrate real world benefits in health systems. So next is lower emissions. So this would be more most beneficial for rural areas or like areas where it has like very low density, because the drone deliveries may cut emissions and energy use for diesel trucks, and you wouldn't have as many like delivery vans driving around to these like long like rural areas. Next, we have efficiency. So the automation reduces the dependence of you know delivery drivers for the to deliver these items, and sometimes can lower per delivery costs on the network scale. So now we'll go over the cons. So for the cons, first we have technical limits. So it will have a it's possible for the drones have possibility for the short battery life, as well as payload limits and high energy costs for repeated takeoff and landings, as well as more it might have like a constricted range, and the way the drones may affect like the deliveries. And scientific assessments highlight that these limits may uh, lead to relative road vehicles. So next we have safety risks. So first of all, there's like a bunch of like safety, security, and liability risks, such as mid-air failures, package drops, maybe the drone's getting hacked, or the misuse of the safety. And it has like legal challenges, and Robust certification and redundancy are needed. So next is community impact. So, the noise, visual clutter, and perceived surveillance can provoke resistance, and the public acceptance is not guaranteed and may like annoy the community as a whole. So next are the intended and unintended consequences. So first for the intended, we have faster delivery. So it'll be a faster on-demand delivery for urgent items such as, emergency supplies and healthcare items. Next, we have more location access. So, it'll have like lower last mile costs in specific areas such as rural areas, areas of low density, and it'll have the ability to reach more isolated communities. So now we have unintended consequences. So first we have job displacement. Uh, since automation will reduce the demand for delivery drivers, since we're using drones instead, and jobs will be cut and people will be losing jobs. They'll be out of job basically and not getting any money. So next is environmental concerns. So if drones fleet scale inefficiently, uh, and total emissions could rise. There's a possibility that emissions could rise. So next is fragility. So health system dependency and fragility. Reliance on a small number of drone operators for critical supplies could create a single point failures unless systems are diversified and integrated. So next we have the future aspects. So first we have the adoption curve. So we could like expect community growth in specialized B2B and medical use cases first, where the values would be the highest, and then if wider consumer parcel use following only after regulatory and operational challenges are solved. And one of my sources, the McKinsey data shows that substantial momentum concentrated has a concentrated operator experience so far. Next is environmental trade-offs. So the life cycle emissions and cost comparisons depend on the route density, the drone size, and the and the alternatives such as electric vans and cargo bikes. And recent modeling finds drones can have lower emissions than diesel trucks in many rural areas, but sometimes doesn't beat like electric trucks in more like urban areas. And then this was the scenario and ethical dilemma that came along with my topic, which is that Sam, the head of Amazon Delivery, has been presented with a suggestion that it would make much more effective to use drones to deliver Amazon packages. Sam is considering having Amazon Delivery use the drones, but the drone, of course, has a camera that is recording everything it sees as it travels to the location. This recording is being kept as proof of delivery. Even though the drone may be recording personal information, recording needs to be used for the drones to work. And the dilemma is it ethical for Sam to go ahead with the use of delivery drones? That's the scenario and the dilemma. And this is my sources, for the, yeah, these are my references. And yeah, that's it.